whistling along with his happy ukulele. Of course, that music means only one thing here. On 21.6 the Net, it's Friday afternoon, and it's time to Ask a Bookkeeper. Ask a Bookkeeper, brought to you through the financial support of Steph's Bookkeeping Service. Check her out at www.stephsbooks.com. You can email her at steph@stephsbooks.com. And now, the owner, the operator, the host of this great show, Stephanie Conley.
Hi, everyone. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this whole new Facebook thing
Yeah,
work.
for
I'm trying to do
the 45-step thing.
Yeah, so I don't know. Trying to do a share thing, but whatever. So anyways, I don't think I did it right. But so, I thought today we could kind of take a break from some bookkeeping tips and tricks and maybe just do a founder story special edition. So hopefully some of you guys saw our posts and promotion on Facebook, and anybody local, welcome to swing by the station and
doors unlocked.
Yeah, share your story. Probably like something 2 to 5 minutes. You know, Derek from Gold Shield not invited to come because we'd go beyond the 45 minutes.
That's right.
But so I thought this could be a fun thing for everyone to do and participate in. Hi, Mom. And so I guess I'll start with my story a little bit. So about 3 years ago, I was working at a company that was they were going through a lot of changes, and it just wasn't really fitting my path anymore. So I wanted to do something that would allow me to travel. And I also, the bookkeeping or the accounting world in general, with all the software, is really going cloud-based. So that kind of helped push us into wanting to stick with bookkeeping / accounting and be able to use cloud-based software and move on to my new adventure of opening Steph's Books. And especially since my whole family abandoned me and moved to Arizona, and I'm the only one here.
Linda. Listen, Linda. Oh, hey, that is the Christmas fern, Linda. And Linda says, "Move that monstrosity. I can't see you."
That is the Christmas fern. Eli happened to love it when he came into the studio audience. But
Joe, hey, how are you?
It's coming from behind the curtain. He's the Oz.
Yeah, I'm the guy in the booth. The producer, Joe. Thanks. Of course, Joe Turner. You know what? He's got a great, Joe, if you're in the area, stop in. You've got a great story as well. Good founder story over there.
Yeah, Joe. So we're covering founder stories today. So if you want to swing by the studio, or if you type it up, part of it, of the cliff notes of it on the screen, then Kent or I can read it out to the 1.9 million listeners that 21.6 the Net has. And so we kind of decided that since we wanted something that allowed us to have flexibility and something that I was passionate about, because I love doing bookkeeping. I'm sure you guys have noticed from tuning into other shows and episodes, whenever I talk about it, I kind of light up a little bit like a Christmas tree, and it's just my jam.
A fern, a nice Christmas
or a
fern.
Christmas fern. So
it really looks like something imploded in it, but that's okay.
So that's kind of my specialty of what I liked when I stumbled upon it 17 years ago. And so Joe says he can't swing by today, but so I'm assuming he's going to type a little bit of his story.
I mean, what's your why, right? I mean, that's what the founder story is, right?
Yeah.
What's your why?
We kind of want to know what's your why, what drove you to start your business. I wanted some more flexibility in my life. I wanted to stick with bookkeeping. I wanted to wake up in the morning and just feel not so dreading. Like, I don't know if anybody else has ever worked for a company or had a job that they just didn't enjoy anymore. Mm-hmm. And you wake up and it's just so mentally exhausting and it's stressful. I mean, I was getting so stressed out to the point that I started like losing my hair, and it was just taking like a real physical
Wow.
toll on me working
It's a health crisis.
working in that other space. So and then with COVID hitting this year,
Oh God.
kind of worked out good because now I from day one we've been set up to be a remote business, and we've been able to achieve that.
Mhm.
I also really enjoy. I have in learning about all these different industries because we have never niched down, so we have clients in all different states. We have clients in all different industries. So it's been a fun roller coaster, and I'm really excited to start expanding our culture and our company and everything like that this upcoming year with hiring an employee soon. And so it'd be exciting next move and everything like that. So Kent, what was your founder story for the one of many businesses?
Well, you know what, the with 21/6 and that is we really the original founders, we really were just tired of all the garbage that was out on the airwaves. We were tired of all the garbage that was on TV stations, things of that nature. So what we really wanted to do was have a place where people could log into, listen to, that they could get their daily dose of encouragement from. And not necessarily be, like a motivational speaking, but have just real life issues, real life people, situations, stories, things like that, shows that just people can connect with and go, oh yeah, shit, yeah, I get it, right. And so, I mean, 3 years ago when we started this, had you told me that we'd be sitting here today and approaching the 2 million listener mark, hundreds of thousands of views on our Facebook and YouTube channels each month, I just said you're crazy. And it all kind of started, with our good friend Luke over at Sticker Dude. I mean, we were literally in an 8x8 walk-in closet. That was our first studio. And now, we're here at the William Tanyan building, high atop the William Tanyan building, and we appreciate them. But the joy and the reason, my why is I'm the guy, and this a little bit, is I don't ever like to upset people. I want everybody to be happy. And it's a tough thing for me. So delivering tough news and things like that. When I was a manager, people loved me because I would never yell at anybody like, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Let's all get along. Right. And so this is just a place where I can be creative, goofy, and hopefully have people feel good about what they do. And now Pete, who's an owner, he and I are just, we have a hard on for that's HEART for small business, right? And we love to promote small business. We love to bring small businesses in because that's what we feel makes this country great and makes it sing. So the idea is here at 21/6 and Ed is we want to be real life internet radio. We want people to be happy and be joyful while we can be goofy and creative, and it seems to work out pretty good. Hey, Mary Shep, thanks for coming in. Let's see what Joe says. He says, here's his founder story. Of course, they are Restoration One. Joe says, the wife and I decided to start something we can be passionate about and relay the passion to others, yada, 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 yada. A ton of hard work. And there we are, still passionate. Agree with you on taking control of your own business. Has been... where does that say? Yada yada yada.
The drive to make us show up every day.
Yep. And and isn't that the hard thing though, going from that employee to then just kind of saying, well, I guess if I get in there at 7 and I'm grinding at 7 in the morning, I'm okay to leave at 3 or 2, or you know what I mean? But then answer the phone maybe at 7. So it's interesting. And do people look at you weird when you're on vacation but you're still working?
Sometimes. At first I think it was hard for my family to kind of adjust to that because I believe I'm outside of my grandpa. So from my grandpa who had his accounting firm to then so I'm the next person then in the family to have a business. So at first it was kind of a little difficult for everybody to adjust to me having to step away to take a phone call or something like that. But now everybody is, hi, Derek. Everybody is super supportive of, when I'm closing deals on vacation, who doesn't like that feeling? Because I'm sure
I
that
know, right?
some of, like, all of these small businesses that tune in have to have had that experience. It is way more thrilling, in my opinion, to close a deal when you're on vacation than it is to close one just on your normal day to day.
It's so true.
Like, it just gives you that little bump. I mean, I'm super bad at asking for reviews from my clients, but it's great when I get the emails or the phone calls of people just saying how great it's been, how happy they are. It makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something than just the same thing every day, and nobody, like, I don't necessarily need the pat on the back, but it's nice. Like a thank you is so nice. And from working for somebody for almost 15 years that never said thank you once, and then now hearing it from clients, it's nice.
Derek says knowing every sale and being able to touch touch each one of them make me happy. I don't know what kind of business you're running over there at Gold Shield. However, if you're touching everyone, then terrific on you. But here's the thing. So when you were an employee, and then this goes out to everybody listening as well, you really kind of look forward to, oh man, I got 3 weeks of vacation.
Right.
You couldn't wait, right? And the 3 weeks really ended up being 9 weeks, because really a week before you go on vacation, you're coasting.
Right.
And then a week you come back, you're like, I'm still on vacation, brain.
Cover.
And now when you're running the show, you're kind of like, no, I don't mind working. Yeah, no, we go to the beach. It's fine. Or, we can, go visit people in Arizona because everybody left you here, whatever. But you're still kind of like, but I enjoy answering my phone. We got to make this deal happen, or we got to, what it then just becomes kind of another day because you have some freedom, which is nice.
I mean, like, I've gotten, like, when I get a look, my answer is always, well, are you enjoying yourself on this trip? Are you enjoying, like, that margarita? Like, right. I got to sell this next deal so we could go on another trip together. So me taking 5 to 10 minutes out of the trip is very nothing compared to the enjoyment of the rest of the trip.
Yeah. That's probably better. Yeah. Interact, better word for it. The client's name, what happened, worked on it, etc. And what we're talking about here today, you felt would be a great idea is founder stories here on Steph's Books. And of course, if you're looking for a great bookkeeper, you're going to reach out to Steph at stephsbooks.com. Give her a call. You'll see numbers and things rolling across the bottom of the screen. But check her out at www.stephsbooks.com. And I do like it. Yeah, see that? Linda says, whatever. But yeah, Derek, if you've got a quick story you want to type in there on your founder story on how you got things rocking and rolling and why you're with Gold Shield and whatnot, well, certainly. Yep. Steph is the best. She certainly does. She certainly knows what she's doing. Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like everybody's talking about supporting small local businesses right now, or small businesses in general, because everybody, no matter where they're at, everybody's kind of going through an interesting struggle. I mean, I was reading an article the other day where they're saying that, I don't know if they're just trying to scare everybody into getting another stimulus check or what, but that they're projecting that if some businesses don't get support prior to Christmas time, because people aren't maybe shopping as much as they would normally, by February, they're projecting 1 out of every 4 businesses to kind of be looking to shut their doors. And that's really
That's
sad and scary
Yeah, it's sad.
to think about, especially with
Mhm.
how many small businesses I work with and how many small business owners I know in my
Right.
local community. It's definitely a scary thought. And I just felt like sharing these founder stories would help everybody learn to know each other better, know their story, know, their kids. I mean, I feel like we're all in
Mhm.
this together as small businesses. We're all one big happy crappy family. I mean, that's just kind
All
of how.
dysfunctional. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and but you can have a going out of business sale, right? Hey, you want me to finish up your books? Going out of business, special deal.
Yeah.
Cash first, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, believe it or not, I have gotten a call to wrap up, like,
I
for the
imagine.
end of it, and it's just
Sadly, but yeah.
it makes me sad to do those ones. Like, those ones I definitely don't look forward to. I know that my boys most likely won't take over the business when I retire because,
They don't know how to count.
well, my oldest.
I don't know. Eli's in there working quite a bit with you. That little guy, he may.
Well, when we were on the first round of shelter and stay and we had to do the e-learning at home, I couldn't keep up with this preschool work. So
Yeah.
it was just too much stuff. And so I started teaching him how to file ST1s, which are sales tax filings. So he was helping with that. So it's real life trainings of stuff that he'll need to know when he gets older, I feel
Absolutely.
like.
Well, and it is, I mean, and it's a crazy world,
Yeah.
Mary says Gavin is one hell of a salesman. Just saying.
Yeah. So Gavin's not somebody that's gonna thrive sitting behind a desk all day, even though he is a computer gamer and he sits on his computer.
There's a whole different energy.
Right.
A whole different energy.
So he likes being out. He likes, talking to people. He has a good personality for that. And especially if it's something that he likes doing, like computers, he could talk about it with passion behind it, and it's easier for him to close that deal.
What is the cat crying emoji? I don't understand that. Is that like the song we talked about this morning?
Maybe.
I don't know what Mary's trying to say.
Yeah.
You definitely can't sit still.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want a guy in retail to sit still. You gotta get out there and move.
Yeah. So he's definitely a strong worker bee. I don't know if he would necessarily be like successful as a manager because he just likes to kind of get his tasks and go.
Yeah.
Eli though is very OCD, which you kind of have to be when you're in the bookkeeping accounting world. So he may come around and want to do that, but I don't think I definitely didn't start the business with the intent to have a legacy behind it because I definitely want my kids to have their own path. I mean, you look at all your kids, you've got 4.
Oh,
do you think any of them are gonna turn to internet radio and take it over?
Well, here's the fun thing. The fun thing for me is like Ashley now is doing some entrepreneurial work, right? So I think that's cool, just to have that entrepreneur bug. And of course, she's going to be on Anything Goes with Bremer and Jones coming up on Tuesday. We'll be highlighting her business, which is pretty cool. Colette, when she was Eli's age, Alice was the billing coordinator, office lady for a chiropractor, and now she's going into nursing, right?
Okay.
So you kind of see, right? Spencer, it was a gamer, and he's in the Navy, so but that's where he needs that structure. He literally needs that structure, but he's found his path. So as a dad, you're kind of all about it. Now Lucy, of course, being 11, she wants to be an interior designer or something very creative. She's got that creative mind, and I'm like, you go and be whatever you want to be. Do it, and you can do it. So it's just interesting to kind of see their path on how that worked out. Now, when Ashley was young, again, I had moved out here and opened a coffee shop. So when she was, 2 to 5 years old, she spent a lot of time in that coffee shop. So she's kind of, around that entrepreneurial type of flair. And so it's good to see. I get excited when I see her wanting to do some entrepreneurial stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the best feelings as a business owner slash parent is when your kids are proud
Yeah.
of you. Like when Eli and I are out at the grocery store, and he sees people looking at my car because it's lettered with the business and everything, and they'll see them looking at the car. He's like, "That's my mom's business." Like, so he'll,
Nice.
you know.
My kids are like, Dad, you're an idiot. Why hear you talk enough? Why you do it? Have you listened to a show? No. I mean, yesterday I had Colette. Now we've been here for almost 2 years, and I had Colette run some stuff by, and then she's like, I'm here. Where are you?" So she and her little boyfriend come up here for the first time in 2 years. And they're like, "Oh, this is it, huh?" I'm like, "You've never been here?" "No, I've never been here." I'm like, "Well, this is it. This is where the magic happens." So my kids, they know I'm weird and whatever. So they don't pay much, they're like, "Whatever. Dad, can I have money?"
Yeah, usually if I promise Gavin lunch on his way home from work because he has to pass by here,
Yeah.
then he'll stop in and then come up there and everything like that. And oh yeah, I think I've been on.
Hey, Ted.
I did a bunch of appearances this
Oh.
this week. I think I was on 4 shows, and now I got my show today. And
Ted, you were on one of your buddies' show. How did that go today? Glad that you had the opportunity to do that. Derek says, met Art about 2 years ago. Small outfit, had the one thing I was looking for, actually caring about clients, employees, core values, and are what we live every day. He wanted to jump more into a residential side as he had commercial really locked down. Made a lot of personal changes, management, accounting, and flow grew after that. So much to type. LOL. Our focus is around doing the right thing every day. Every client we work for the first time the right way only. Education is also a main focus. And you can tell. I think in a lot of founders' stories when you're like, man, you're really passionate about that, right? So I mean, literally what you talk about, Steph, is boring. But your passion and everything makes it so exciting. I've learned a lot, from this show. And I'm like, I never knew that. That's cool. But literally, as anybody else would, who's like, well, the credit goes in, Yeah, accounting is what made me drop out of college. So
it's a lot funner than a lot of people would think, but oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Ted's gotten some new clients recently. Yeah. It's good. Keep growing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that Joe and Derek are definitely operations-based type people.
Yep.
And for me, when I started Steph's bookkeeping, I really wanted to focus on the customer service and have a strong customer service base and foundation. And then the bookkeeping and accounting, even though that's what I'm offering as a service and I'm good at it, but I don't want to say most. Some business owners don't necessarily fully understand what a bookkeeper does, what an accountant does, what a CPA does, because you opened your business with your front of it being your passion. So you're an auto mechanic, a HVAC person, a restoration person, a radio person. You didn't really open it with maybe a full, well-rounded knowledge of the back end of it. And so I feel like I had a very strong customer service training, and I worked in customer service for a very long time, that before I opened up Steph's Books, that's what I wanted. My number one driving force to be is that, like, I want somebody to come away and feel like we're in it together, and I have just as much invested interest and success in your business and your numbers and everything like that, and having conversations or tough conversations with you, and you don't feel like I'm yelling at you or reprimanding you or making you feel stupid, because that was kind of some of the feedback that I got from people when they were talking about their previous experiences with various bookkeepers or accountants or CPAs, that they walked away feeling like stupid coming out of the conversation. and they didn't feel like they had
It's
somebody
easy
in their,
for me to do.
so they didn't feel like they had somebody in their corner to support them.
Yeah.
To like, I always tell everybody I would much rather you call me and we could collaborate and go over this whole thing than you try and make a decision because you're afraid to call me because you're afraid of the way and the choice of words I'm going to use with you.
Yeah. Derek, of course, Ted says, hey, I like Steph's show. She is really knowledgeable in her field. Well, the bar's not set too high. I mean, she can still walk right under it. Don't worry about it. No. Derek says, I love the collaboration that we can have as small business community, being able to help each other grow and celebrating each other's success every single time I hear it. Yeah, absolutely. And Derek, you took the grape leaves home with you, and Lisa from Lisa's Changing Perceptions she was upset you didn't leave her any grape leaf stuff. That's it.
But yeah, I think that we all should kind of, you just reach out to your neighbor, kind of. I mean, what's any different than you being in a subdivision and your neighbor and you go over there and meet them or whatever when they move in, versus your business being in a strip mall and a new person moves in? Why wouldn't go over there, say hi, get to know your neighbor, learn their story, figure out what drives them so you could help them and we could help each other grow and be successful? Because I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen. You have an amazing neighbor and then they fail or have to move out of the building, and then you get a crappy neighbor. It's just like what happens in like at your house too,
Yeah. She can stop. All right. Derek says, oh, so sorry about that. She can stop by. I have them at the office. So there you go, Lisa. So, and even if you're not an entrepreneur, and you're listening because we have millions of people who are not entrepreneurs that tune into 216 the Net. The interesting thing is, still go and talk to that small business owner. Their story might be really cool. Now, you may not need a bookkeeper right now, but you may bump into somebody at church. You may bump into somebody at the grocery store or something that says, man, I need a bookkeeper, or or whatever the small business may be. And you're going to go, you know what, you're going to want to reach out to this mom because she does a great job. And, I mean, her whole family abandoned her and moved to Arizona, and she's here. But I mean, don't.
It's gonna kill me.
No, don't. You shouldn't feel that bad. It's only the holidays, Linda. So I mean,
she's gonna get on a plane and come here.
I'm actually
she's on
scared
vacation this week.
Yeah, Steph. When is usually the best time to contact you to discuss how we could help each other, but definitely how you can help me?
Usually anytime between, I guess anytime after 9 a.m. is usually 9:30 is usually pretty good. I don't know. I could shoot you an email with what my schedule looks like next week, and then we can.
The best thing I can tell you, Ted, is take a look at the schedule on 216 the Net and try to do it between shows, because she happens.
Yeah, I guess
she happens to be here a little bit. This week has been like, yeah.
Told you my mom said she's going to get on a plane.
And that she did. So she yelled it, "Don't make me get on a plane." Because I can, she says. No, we love you, Linda. Thank you for listening and tuning in and supporting. Yeah, this has been, I got to thank you personally. It's just been a kind of crazy long week. You've been part of Dawn's show. You've been part of my show. You've been part of Mary's show. You've been your show. That's
the loaf.
And yeah, the loaf. And now, and you run a business, and you're a mom, and you're a wife. And just thank you for what you do and who you are. I really appreciate that you've walked into our life here at 216. So we do appreciate you for that. So. Yep. So yeah, good. Ted, yeah, touch base with her. She'll absolutely take care of it. Nobody better when it comes to bookkeeping than Stephanie Conley at Steph's Books. Of course. Any last words, Steph, as we're running right against the clock here? I
guess two things. I guess the lineup for the next couple shows is we need to do a segment on some miscellaneous end of year items, because I know that the 1099 form has changed. for box 7. So anybody that has non-employee compensation, we're going to be talking about that and how to update your QuickBooks and fix that so you could send your 1099s out. And if there's anybody in the insurance industry, I know it's open enrollment, but if you would like to come possibly on the next show to talk about that and the tax breaks and benefits that small businesses get and how that partners and works well, totally be happy to have you. So thanks. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, for all of us here at 216 Net, we love you. Thanks. Be safe, be healthy, wear a mask.